Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Ferris, and how are y'all doing this morning? We're back out here again with one of my pickup trucks. This time it's the 95 GMC 3500 crew cab, long bed, two-wheel drive, 5.7 gas motor. Whatever y'all want to know about this truck, it's a beast. We're back out of here again with one of my adventures with one of my vehicles. It's always something with these older vehicles, being a 95. And if you hear a little birdie in the video, well, he's sitting up there just singing away and having a good old time. This one here had something interesting happen to it. Old Yeller had a malfunction one time, and I had to drive it to work. And I didn't drive it back home after I drove it back from work. So let's get into the video, and I'll explain more about what happened to this 95 GMC 3500 that I have. So here's the story, and here's what all took place with this truck whenever I was driving it. Old Yeller, my 83 F-150, had a malfunction on it, so I had to leave it here at the house. And this one here, I drove to work because it starts and runs halfway decent, and I don't live too far away from where I work at. I only live about, a few miles from the auto parts store where I work at. So I go to work, I come back out after work and get back in it, and I go to try to start it. The instrument cluster lit up, but then it wouldn't start. And then the instrument cluster just, like, the whole truck went dead. Well, the whole truck did not go dead because the radio was on. I could roll down the windows, and just the instrument cluster wasn't lighting up. So I was trying to figure out what was going on and everything. And so I started checking fuses and everything. I checked those fuses. All those fuses were good. And I went also and went under the hood. Here we are under the hood of the pickup truck. And there's a fuse box right here. Now, in this fuse box, this one here, this orange fuse right there was blown. I was like, okay, blown fuse. Let's put the new fuse back in it and see what happens. And I tried it again, and it didn't even try to start or anything. The instrument cluster lit up, but it blew the fuse whenever I tried to start it. So I was like, oh man, what is going on with this thing? I do not like electrical stuff. I'll figure it out, but I'm not the best at figuring out electrical shorts and things of that nature. So I tried a easy route first, hit the easy button. I had gotten another one of these devices. Now this part here goes in the steering column up here on the top, right behind this lock cylinder that's right there. It connects with the lock cylinder. It's the electrical portion of the truck that's all part of the column. So when you turn the key, it sends power down to the bottom down here, up underneath, into that block right there, and starts the truck. Well, I rigged that up. I didn't even put it in the column. I just connected this portion right here to the block and used a screwdriver and tried to start it right there. And it was still doing the same thing. I thought this here was malfunctioning because it can malfunction once in a while and do the same thing. But the fuse was still blowing even though I had a new one in place of the old one. And I was like, oh man, there's something different going on. So I got my other truck running, and I left this one sit for a little while. Then I had another engine that's identical to this one in the shop that I had bought to rebuild or to put in this truck one day down the road. And I was like, well, I need to check the compression in this engine, and let me get some stuff and put it on an engine stand and put a flywheel on it and put the starter on it and see what happens. Well, what I did was I took the starter off of this truck because it's the same identical engine and put it on the engine that's on the engine stand in the shop. Then I tried to start cranking that engine over using battery jumper cables, and taking a screwdriver and arcing the starter, to spin it over. It did it for a little while, but then I had the starter malfunction on that engine that I had on the engine stand in the shop. And I was like, uh-oh, that could be something that I'm, getting to here. So after a week or so, I finally got around to look at the starter, and it was all oily and everything. But why? My question was, why would this starter just malfunction all of a sudden? Because I've only got it since December of last year, and it's only been less than a year, and this starter's not acting right. Well, just for grins, the starter had a lifetime warranty. I was like, okay, let me go and take this starter to the store and warranty it out and get another starter. Well, whenever I got the other starter, I was like, you know what? Let me put it back on the truck and see what happens. And so I got everything that I needed and mounted the new starter onto this truck. Hooked up the wires and bolted it back in and everything. I was like, well, let's just see what happens. So after I did all that, I went back into the truck, and the instrument cluster lit up. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's see how much further we can go. So after that, when I put the starter back in, it fired right up. So the whole time that was blowing the fuse is because the freaking starter was shorted out. So I just thought I'd let you know what I've been up to with this truck. I know you haven't seen it very much, and I got it running. I still use it here around the place to do whatever needs to be done around here, moving stuff around, even moving the free travel trailer around whatever I need to. And that's how everything went with the blown fuse or the short or whatever you want to call it with this truck. Well, there you have it, everybody. That's how things went with the 95 GMC 3500 on the blown fuse electrical short issue that we had with that truck. Now we can move it around, do whatever we need to do. It's not really roadworthy. The front end needs to be rebuilt. Windshield's cracked. Needs an engine. Engine's ticking. I've got some parts for that one that I'm gonna try. I've got a guy that's gonna give me some heads, and we're probably gonna pull that motor out, clean it up, and see what happens with it. I mean, it's got 350,000 miles on the engine. I'm curious to find out what the ticking noise is in that truck. I don't know if you heard it when it was running. It's also blowing, burning smoke, blue smoke out the exhaust pipe. So that's in a future video whenever I get all the parts and everything and have that one in the shop. Wait a minute, did you say shop? Was there something that you need to know? I said shop, right? Yep. Well, starting next, well, let me just pan over here. There's a building right there, right behind me. All I'm gonna say for right now, because starting next year, January, there's a surprise that's gonna happen. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned about what that surprise is. I gave you a little clue when I panned over to it. That's all I'm gonna say. I gotta keep y'all entertained, and y'all gotta keep watching for what's about to happen starting in January. Now, also, what's coming up here, probably the next video, we're still working on the Ranger back there with the blown engine. Well, we've made a lot of progress on it. We're working on it, and it's almost finished, believe it or not. It may not look like it right now because, well, there's no headlights on it, there's no front end and everything else. Well, that's going to be explained on another video. It's going to be part 2 of the engine rebuild on this 2012 Polaris Ranger 800 Crew. You're going to want to stay tuned for that because we've done a lot of work to this Ranger. We're going to get it all back up and running and back up the way it should be and back up to par, and be able to use that one as well with the new engine and a whole bunch of new parts in it. You won't want to miss it. Also, now that y'all have gotten this far in the video, I'm still giving away 50 bucks. That's right, $50 to the 50 subscribers here on, when we hit 50 subscribers here on the channel. Right now, believe it or not, we're up to 33 subscribers, which is good. We have a little bit more to go to hit 50 subscribers. Hopefully we can hit it before the end of the year. If not, hopefully by the first of the year, we can hit 50 subscribers on the channel. So once we hit 50 subscribers, I want to give away $50. That's right, $50 when I hit 50 subscribers. Now, the key to that is to comment. Send me some comments here on Fearless Fly 100, as well as on my Instagram page. You can direct message me on Instagram, and as well, if you don't have Instagram, you can look at my Facebook or whatever. I'm not Fearless Fly 100 on Facebook. Y'all that know me, I go by a different name on Facebook, but you can DM me, and on here on the channel, and we can figure it out. Don't worry. So yeah, it's not going to be just as simple as hi, you know, on this channel. You got to send some comments at 2 places, not just one. If you send it one place, I won't put you in for the drawing. Sorry. You got to work hard for your money like I do. Anyways, hope y'all enjoy the day. Hope y'all enjoy the channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends, relatives, pets, whoever. Send me some likes, and of course, send me some comments of what your thoughts are. I get a lot of comments from different ones whom I've helped and try to solve their issues with their vehicles, utility vehicles, whatever. So I mean, I'll try to answer the questions as best as I can to my knowledge. If I don't have the answer, I've got many people who've got experience with everything that can figure out what the hell is going on with whatever you have. Again, be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll catch you on the next video.